Howdy, everyone. Welcome back to the Oklahoma City Land Run Team Trios event. Have I got some good news for you? Our latest feature match is the reigning North American Eternal Weekend champion, Jeremy Henry, end boss from MTGO, the Mono White Master. Let's see if he's still playing Mono White in this new meta. But we'll get everything going here, and I'm going to have to update these names. Let's see here. We got Vintage and round 3. Jeremy and Edward. All right, and we are live. Looks like we've got a judge call early. Always fun to start off with one of those. And so Edward, I believe, is one of the founders of Oklahoma Land Run. I'm not sure exactly, but great guy, great player. And Jeremy, as mentioned, really focusing on an Eternal these days because we were just chatting and it sounds like set rotation can be tough. I know how it is. I've bought a standard deck and played it once, or a Pioneer deck and never played it. So here we are in the Eternal Glory stream. Well, not Eternal, I think that's a podcast, so, but the Glory of Eternal Magic stream. And let's see, are both players keeping 7 here? Didn't see who won the coin flip. And Jeremy leads with the Mana Crypt, which is immediately forced by Edward. Pitching, looks like a proxy, maybe a flow state or a stock up or something. He's put Dom LeBlanco Flamo Vernaz on the stream. Well, hey, if Dom's out there, we can probably do it in round 3. Bauble fan 69. Okay. We've got all sorts of great players. Oh, it's a time twister. Okay, that makes complete sense. I see the time twister as soon as you mention it. Thank you, Nothing's Perfect. But yeah, we are just kind of winging it with the feature matches so far, but we've had a couple Eternal Weekend champions. So, yep. Yeah, the whole canceled flight is in the stream, actually. RPS, Nothing's Perfect, and I am actually level 1. I feel so bad for y'all. But, oh, that's the way it goes. And it looks like Jeremy, the end boss, is still on Mono White. And we've got a Dauntless Dismantler, which used to be a big card in the Jewel matchup, but fell out of favor more recently. However, with Fantastica around, it does make sense that Dauntless Dismantler is back on the menu. And here we have a shop, a Mox. Oh, we got a shop and an island? Oh, is Edward playing Jewel? Jewel is one of my favorite decks. I love casting ridiculous artifacts, but who doesn't? That's why we play Vintage. All right. Jeremy takes a draw for turn. And we've got the White Plume Adventure. I do play Vintage to put Lizards in play. That is true. I will be playing Lizards on Sunday if you run into me. Yeah, Bonjour has some commandeers for me, so we're gonna be good. We can try to steal some rings. Thank you again. Appreciate you, Bonjour. Wait, I didn't see your message? I probably didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, your flight's canceled? Okay. Well, if you're not coming, no worries. Oh, that's fine. I can just play like other blue cards, you know, snapbacks or something. I'll live. I appreciate the effort, though. Let's get back to the game. So we've caverned in the White Plume. We found our second plains. And looks like we're going to be shipping the turn back to Edward. Take a draw. And we've got a Chaos Defiler. So this looks like it is the Tony Scapone. Speaking of people whose flights were canceled, Tony Scapone, the Transmute Artifact Jewel Overlord, brought Chaos Defiler from the Legacy scene into Vintage, and we have been seeing it, and it's been doing well. I'm very sorry to hear you won't be able to make it, RPS. Hopefully you can next time. And the Dismantler has been taken out. The White Plume lives to see another day. Oh, but Edward has the Academy. Talk about a broken land. You thought Mishra's Workshop was it. Wait till you see this thing. It gives you blue mana. You can even play through a Void Mirror. You can't be serious. Who would design a card like Tolarian Academy? Yeah, that is such a bummer to get your flight canceled last minute. Buy 4 cards, they get restricted. Yeah, the Chaos Defiler is sick, and we've got the Surge foil. That's a nice piece of cardboard right there. Oh wait, where did our White Plume go? I missed something for sure. Did Defiler get metamorphed or something? Okay. Okay, it was a metamorph. Yep, okay, we're on the same page. So there's too many Defilers out there, and this looks like a tough spot. Void Mirror showing up way too late with a Tolarian Academy in play, no less. And another Void Mirror. You know? The Void is truly staring into the mirror there, looking at itself. Here come the Chaos Defilers. There's a secret lair where the cards are just a letter. It's a placeholder from the encyclopedia. Oh my gosh. Well, that would be the kind of card that I would never know on coverage, but you know, you can hit me with most secret lairs and you got me anyway. This one is looking pretty bleak for Jeremy, as the Defilers have taken the initiative and just really have it rolling. And here comes a ring. We cast it looks like off of Mox, so we have the color for the Void Mirror to resolve it. And ring up to 1. A lot of mana here. Looks like Edward has at least 1 more ring in hand. Oh, and that's not my favorite Coveted Jewel art, but that is a Coveted Jewel. I know that card. Draw 3. With no creatures to even threaten to take the jewel, Jeremy looks like he might be packing it in pretty soon here, unfortunately, because Mono White just doesn't, like, you can jam a Clarion Conqueror, I guess. That's probably your best draw, but you're just dead to the Chaos Defilers. It's going to be tough. Oh, did we get our Soul Ring countered there without colored mana? Looks like it might have happened. I'm not sure. All right. Oh, there's that's a Karn the Great Creator right there. The Tree Karn. That is, Edward has some wild choices in this Jewel deck. You are seeing all the crazy cards. Well, all the crazy artworks. Can't say that's a crazy card by any means. Very good card, surely. Truly anyone's game, Winkster. But could be rough here. Could be rough. Edward's getting close to the Magic Online Jewel level 3, where you have 3 levels of permanents and you're just kind of playing with house money. Jeremy, meanwhile, 2 Void Mirrors and a Dream. In come the Chaos Defilers. Looks like Jeremy's going to fall to, I think, 2. And we go next. Now, with Jeremy on the play here, this matchup is going to get pretty interesting because you can mold pretty hard to stuff like Void Mirror. You've got Clarion Conqueror. And, I mean, Jeremy is prepared for Jewel with the Dauntless Dismantler as a card that is on its way back, which is pretty cool. Game 3 on the... If Jeremy's able to pull out Game 2, Game 3 is going to be a lot more challenging with Edward on the play, ready to come out fast. But that's vintage for you, and honestly, that's all Magic the Gathering these days. I miss back when you could take the draw in a limited format, but it's pretty much only the IPA flashbacks these days. Thank you for those. All right, let's see. Is Edward going to cut the jewels and bring in some creatures? That's a common plan that the Jewel deck will do. They have Argentum Masticore, Wormcoil Engine. Sometimes you'll see cards like Kappa Cannoneer, the Modern Monster. And you'll even see a Stonecoil Serpent here and there in some of these Jewel lists lately. So quite a few creatures you have access to if you choose that path. With the amount of Clarion Conquerors and such in the Jewel deck, though, or I'm sorry, in the mono white deck, the Jewel deck really does kind of want some alternate paths to victory. The awkward part is if you're bringing in Argentum Masticore, and I mean, Jeremy's a world-class mono white player, he probably knows your sideboarding plan, and he might even be prepared with a couple swords or something, let alone the fact that Witch Enchanter, the white MDFC, can just tag an Argentum Masticore. Wormcoil, at least, can stabilize, but it doesn't answer a Void Mirror. It gets swords. The Jewel deck, it has threats that line up really well against stuff like Luris. But here, it's a little awkward. However, you're probably just going to have to go with it. So, you know, Jewel's a powerful deck, though. If you can just force something and just draw a bunch of cards in the first 2 turns, often it's enough. Hey, how's it going, Aravance? It is indeed a miracle. The Jewel deck was able to win with 2 Chaos Defilers and 2 One Rings and a coveted Jewel. But hey, Mono White has a lot of play in this matchup, so we're going to see pretty quickly here what happens next. All right, looks like the sideboarding is done. We're shuffling up, presenting. Let's see what we can do here. Jeremy looking at 7 and decides the power of the London Mulligan is worth a card. We'll go to 6. Looks like Edward might be joining him at 6. And let's go ahead and get the standings in there if anyone's curious. We've got the standings there. All right, let's see. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, Log has them on the big screen. You love to see it. All right, yeah, no, I don't know how to do the, don't know how to put the standings as a command, but that's okay. Not much of a streamer, if you will, but we're trying our best. Let's see, Jeremy, I think we're on 6 here, deciding what to put back still, or maybe we want to go to 5. Heyman and Hahn, this might be a tough one. I think I see at least. Oh, thank you, Justin. Appreciate you. With friends like these, we can do anything. Common, I am actually level 1 streamer win. And so Log has the school theater, everything set up to watch the football match later, and now they've got Oklahoma Land Run on. Beautiful. And myself and Mayhem DJ, we spent a lot of time this morning trying to get rid of the glare issues that we had last year. So I think we did pretty good, but it was not easy. I can tell you that. So let's see. Jeremy starts off with a Mox Sapphire and a Chalice on 0 and Cavern on Human, Dauntless Dismantler. So Edward is already on the back foot. And I think Jeremy's got 2 cards in hand still, so it looks like he did keep the 6. Oh, did he keep 7? So Oinkster, the problem if you play the Grim Monolith, it'll come in tapped because of the Dauntless Dismantler. So you do have to spend the mana at some point, but if you have like a Dismember or some way to remove the Dauntless Dismantler before you cast the Monolith, then you won't have to spend 6 mana to get 3. So I can see the tension there on both sides. Oh, an end boss with the Wasteland. Huge. That's not a fantastic art, is it? I don't know what that is. Oh, is that a Thalia? It might be a Thalia. I haven't seen a Thalia in Vintage for a while, though. Edward, meanwhile, chatting it over with the team, looking for some options. Jeremy, relaxed, arms folded, hanging out. Fire Shoes, the GOAT. Oh my gosh, you'd love to see it. How's it going, Fire Shoes? Thank you so much for being here. Fire Shoes is really the best Magic person in the world. Like, we owe Fire Shoes more than anything. I think Fire Shoes leads the league in Pro Tour Finals tables sat at as well. Always gets the seat to the greatest show on cardboard, greatest show in cardboard. Edward does find the basic island, so he'll be able to play through Void Mirror and stuff, but the clock is ticking with this 2-1 and this 1-4. Not a big clock, but when all your artifacts enter tapped and your lands are getting wastelanded, it's not easy. The team comes in. Yeah, I don't know. Not Amsterdam. I mean, Amsterdam's tough. I know it's not a cheap flight either by any means. My friend Luke Dukow, Duke 12 on MTGO, he skipped Pro Tour Amsterdam because the cost of the flight was so much a couple years ago. Brutal. But that's the way it goes here. And it looks like, we are taking the initiative with a White Plume Adventurer. So the clock is intensifying here. That is certain. Looks like we might get our game 3 on this. How's it going, Rad Helicase? Rad Helicase? Edward was pretty lucky in the first game. Let's see if his luck has run out, or maybe he'll pull it out in game 3 here. But from here, I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I like Mono White's chances here, you know? Edward agrees. The luck has run out, and we're on to game 3, where Edward will be on the play and likely in a much better position to pull in an important win for his team. This one's been going pretty quick, so we'll just stay here through sideboarding, finish this one up, and then if we have time, we'll move over to Legacy or Modern after this. But you don't want to miss, appointment television, Edward versus Jeremy here. Put it on the big screen. Be like Long. It's funny, too. I was talking to Jeremy, and he's also excited for the soccer game. I do not know the Legacy matchup offhand. I will try to find that out for you. I'm going to run over there. Be right back. Well, it looks like Legacy is sideboarding, so I was unable to get that information, but we'll find it out soon before we switch over. But let's... I do see that, Fire Shoes. Thank you so much for letting me know. It's likely the overhead rack. Oh, it looks like someone's moving a chair right now, so... Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. But we will try to get that resolved. I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, this shaking's pretty bad. Let's see if we can move over to Legacy and maybe it'll be better there. I wonder if someone's got their foot on like the table or something, because yeah, we've been having no issues, but this is a little awkward. Oh, truly, Fire Shoes. I don't know if you got to catch our round 1, but Hank the Obese Lee is one of my favorite people in the world. Like, just a genuinely amazing human being. Haven't seen him in way too long either. So this is great, honestly. The land run is wild. There are so many people here from all around the country. Yep, Lee is here, and we are heading to game 3 right now. OG, we've got Mono White's going to be on the draw against Coveted Jewel Combo. So, you know, Edward probably favored a little bit here, but anyone's game, and both these decks do like the mulligan, so anything can happen, that's for sure. How about that? Good idea, by the way, OG. I can just throw the match count up there. I feel you, Fire Shoes. When we got in town, I crashed so hard last night. Not me did not win or lose. They were headed to game 3, but the modern and the legacy seats won for the other team, so Not Me did not have to finish. Not Me is not draining. Not Me is playing classic Doomsday. Yeah. No Lurrus, no Frogs, just good old-fashioned Doomsday. I think he might have a couple cars. And yeah, when this match is over, I'm going to see if I can try to stabilize the table a bit more, because all I can do is apologize right here. I don't want to interrupt this match, but it definitely is a bit of an earthquake feeling. Looks like Jeremy might be deciding on a mulligan. Or just... Oh, got some moxing. Looks like Edward likely kept 7 based on what I'm looking at here. Oh, and it looks like Edward has the Ancestral Recall in hand, so that should be a nice opening. I mean, the Jewel deck is known for having trouble with blue mana. Just ask our good friend I Am Actually level 1. However, if we find it, we're off to the races here. At the same time, the Coveted Jewel deck is interesting because Ancestral Recall is a card that, if you draw the wrong side of your deck in Jewel after casting it, you might not have the awesome opening that you typically want to mulligan to. So it goes both ways, but one of the best cards in Magic. I don't mind casting it. That's for sure. And is Jeremy going to 5 here or 6? I'm not sure, but it looks like we decided not to keep. I think this is 5. With the London Mulligan, though, I mean, 5 is the new 7, you know? Not unreasonable to be able to pull it out from there. All right, let's see how Edward starts this off. Or I guess perhaps Jeremy still leads the bottom. It's interesting because Void Mirror is one of the easy ways to, you know, or Clarion Conqueror to get out ahead of the Jewel deck, but on the draw, the Void Mirror is just not going to be good enough. You kind of need to know out or Clarion Conqueror them almost immediately, or things can get really out of hand if there's an early Jewel or One Ring. That said, we didn't see any creatures from Edward because I don't think we saw him cast any spells, to be honest, in game 2. So we're not sure if he brought in the the creature swap, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least a couple Mastercores or something in there. And Edward starts us off with a Black Lotus. Oh, looks like we might have a judge call or something. Maybe a miscommunication. Oh, we've got a pregame action. Okay, that's what it was. We had started off a little bit before we had the chance to do our pregame actions, and that's a Chancellor of the Annex. So the first spell that Edward casts will be countered unless he pays an additional 1 mana. So if Edward kept a no-land hand with Black Lotus and Ancestral Recall, this Chancellor could be insane. If Edward has a land, the Chancellor might not do too much, but this could very much be game-breaking. Looks like we do have a judge call on it, so that, I believe, is the confusion of whether or not it was revealed. It's a little interesting because in Vintage, you have a lot more pregame actions. And so sometimes there can be miscommunications where it's like, I kept my hand, but you played a spell before I had an option in your upkeep. I obviously not there, so I didn't hear the conversation. But I think clearly the issue is the Chancellor was or was not revealed. And if it wasn't revealed, this Black Lotus is going to be huge. And if it can't be revealed, like, yeah, it's pretty much just a communication thing at the start of the game, I think. And I mean, these are 2 longtime Vintage players, you know, pillars of the community in many ways. And so I'm sure this will get resolved. We've got Matt, the head judge, is over there addressing them right now. So I don't think we've got too much to worry about, that we'll have a fair resolution in some way. Now, I will say, sometimes when I'm watching a stream, they'll cut away when they go to a judge call, and I'm always sad because I like watching the judge calls. But, you know, we could switch over to Legacy here and actually get some magic on the screen, too, in the meantime. This judge call is probably going to decide this entire match, though. Yeah, let's do it, RPS. Let's head over to Legacy. Looks like we're just getting started over here as well. Hey, how's it going, Death from Above? We can hop back and forth, but we can't do that, sadly. I'm just manning the helm right now, and it's not my stream setup, so I'm kind of limited in what I can and can't do. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh, yeah, we love Pokemon cards. All right, is this one over, though? Looks like the game might be over, so let's hop back to the judge call. Yeah, I think they're packing it in. Oh, that's me. Hey, guys, Oklahoma Land Run shirts available. Pick one up. They're awesome. And back to Vintage. All right, so it looks like we got the... no, we're still having the conversation. Yep. Looks like we got a second judge in on the call now. Things are really heating up over here. I should get a GoPro and just like go over there with the head cam, like the ref cam in the World Cup. Whew, I'm looking forward to that one. We got any Spain or Belgium fans in the chat? I know we've got Italian fans in the chat, but much like the old United States, it has not been our year. France is probably, like I said, I'm not a betting man, but Mbappe looks good, and I would pick France to win. I do agree. Yeah, anyone but France. There you go. I'm going to check. I think Modern is also over. Yep. So it looks like this judge call is probably going to decide the entire match. Wait, are they talking away from the table? That is wild. Oh, this is Legacy. Here we go. So yeah, it looks like this is the only match still going. So this is pretty important. By the way, welcome in Iron Blood. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you out at a land run sometime. It's great. I think this is where we're going to find out if Edward kept a no land hand or not. But yeah, there is a conversation away from the table now with the head judge. So oh, okay, that's good to know, Oinkster. Thank you for pointing that out. So wow, if we do have a land in hand, I'm a bit surprised that it's this big of a conversation because you can just play the land, cast the Lotus, and pay the 1, and like, you know, it's a little unfortunate the communication issues, but you know, whereas if you don't have a land, like this is literally a game-breaking call. So I guess we'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously 1 mana is huge in a match of Vintage. Like it's the difference between winning and losing more often than not. So we will see how it all plays out. RPS says that Death from Above is a bandwagon France fan who could wait until Mbappe and Dembele became the best national duo in the world, invented a time machine, and then went back in time just so he could cheer for him. Well, hey, if you go back in time, you get to see the Zinedine Zidane headbutt. You know, that was a fun one. Oh, he is French. They are French. Yeah, that'll do it. I'll leave it to the French to cheer for the French. The headbutt was class. I mean, it came out of nowhere to me. All right, are we keeping the Chancellor? Is there no Chancellor trigger? Are we? So there's a mulligan. So are you maybe like bottoming the? I'm so confused as to what's going on here. Wait, so now there's like a thought seize, like someone drew an extra card, maybe. Oh, we've got an earthquake going on as well. So I mean, because the face-up hand like this is often when you see an extra card, the judge will let the other person thought seize them pretty much. But I mean, with the way that this whole thing started, I just don't understand how we're here now. You might be right, Winkster. Perhaps because I think that Jeremy's on 5 cards and Edward is on 6 or 7. I also thought this was about not showing the Chancellor pregame, Ironblood. That is exactly what I thought it was, because there was the conversation about the Black Lotus versus the Chancellor and like which came in first. But yeah, there must be something bigger going on here, which would explain the length of the judge call. And both of our other seats have finished in Modern and Legacy, both 1-1. So, and this is 1-1. So this game is going to decide everything. And there is a lot of extracurricular activity going on here. But match would be no fun without some drama. We do have some booths here. This event is hosted by Game Headquarters. So we've got their booth, and then we've got a few different people. We've got artists. Nicola Beeson, I think it is, the artist of Caracas and Tabernacle at Pendle Vale is here. She also did the original art for the land run. The prize will be a painting, and you can see the prize, the Oklahoma Land Run 26 map there on the left. That is the prize for first place. And but catching up with Zand as well. It does sound like maybe the Chancellor was revealed prior to the bottoming, which creates an even bigger confusion nest. But you know, we've got our head judge over there, and hopefully everything will work out. Okay, here we go. All right. So I have all of the information. What actually happened was the other two matches had finished, and I thought it was 1-1, but it was actually 2-0. And so, as the Chancellor was revealed and the Lotus, there was the judge call, but then the other match finished, and so they just decided to go ahead and call the match at 1-1. But yes, it does look like Edward's team won 2-1 because they had finished both. So yeah, exactly. That is what happened. Is it's just not relevant. So yep, classic trios. It's almost like I Am Actually Level 1 has done that before. So yeah, we're out here. We're having the time of our life, and we've got a ton more matches coming up. We've only got 6 minutes left in the round, so honestly, I'm probably going to run to the bathroom, grab some water, and be back real quick here with another great set of feature matches, hopefully. Yeah, Much Ado About Nothing is exactly right, Oinkster the Pig. So, wow. Yeah, I talk about misreading the room. Yeah, that's what I did there. So, all right. Nothing but love. And yeah, it does sound like Team Edward takes it down. So we will be back in just a little bit. The judge call. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Let's see. Back with a quick update. Just spoke with the teams, and nothing's perfect is exactly right. There was some communication about the chancellor was revealed in time because a team was talking, and then there was a phrasing of like, I want to make sure you don't have a chancellor instead of, do you have any pregame actions or something? And then, 30 seconds after the judge call was initiated, the other match started, and then they just, when the hand came face up, they were just talking about who they thought was going to win the match and stuff, just kind of post-game conversations. So, yeah, much ado about nothing at the end because of trios, but I would have really liked to see that game. But I will say, when I was over there, Jeremy said, I think you were going to cook me in game 3 there on the draw to Edward. So we will see y'all in a bit. Oh, actually, real quick, we got some of the original art here. Whoop, here's the camera. You got the Caracas, the Tabernacle, and we've even got a little Oklahoma Land Run sticker. So it's a great event, and would love to see you all out here sometime. We'll be back in 5-10 minutes. There's 1 minute left on the clock. We're about to call time. Peace.